For the first time ever in Holy Name broadcasting history, it's time to feature our Holy Name girls lacrosse team in the third season as they get it underway against Highland. It's up next on your home for all Holy Name sports, Holy Name Athletics YouTube. A chilly 31 degrees here in Medina County as Holy Name takes on the Highland Hornets to get the 2024 regular season underway. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Nathan Smee. Alongside me on the call this evening, special guest Mr. Kevin Ontko, sophomore theology teacher at Holy Name. Mr. Ontko, glad to be with you once again.
Absolute pleasure. I really appreciate the invite tonight to be a part of this game.
It was your idea to have this team covered. You offered, I believe it was maybe around December, if I do a game, you'll join me on the call. Glad we finally could do it.
That is very true. And here we are. Who knew it was going to be 31 degrees in the middle of March? But here we are, and we'll see two quite evenly matched teams on paper battling it out tonight.
It's two evenly matched teams, as you said, and two teams who want to make history tonight. Whichever team wins for the first time in program history will be above 500, and if Holy Name wins, they'll have had their first ever JV and varsity win on the same night. How special would that moment be for Namer Nation?
Well, you'd have the significance of it being the first win for the varsity, but also first game of the year, which gives you hope for the rest of the year. To start off with a win would be huge for these ladies.
It's a tough schedule. It's still ahead. You had a team that ended the season last year coming up very quickly. I believe it was the Wednesday of spring break. You go up against a very tough Copley team. Beat us 29-1 last year, but last year is gone. As the national anthem is playing, we'll cut to that. There we go. That was the national anthem. Before we get underway, we've done boys lacrosse many times, but as you said, first girls lacrosse broadcast. There are some differences between the two, even though they are technically the same sport. That couldn't be further from the truth. There are two completely different sports. As boys, if you're physical, if you're physically dominant, you win games. However, if you do that in the girls' game, you're going to see yourself sitting out 2 minutes pretty often.
Yeah, you have a contact sport in the guys' lacrosse. And the girls is definitely a semi-contact sport, more of a finesse game. Think more like soccer. Still a great game, but very different, as you said. And you'll notice it right away when we have the face-offs.
Yeah.
The guys on the ground, the girls standing up and doing it, and you'll see some other differences along the way.
Some other ones that we have, it's the players that are different. I believe for high school it still holds true to what I saw. It could be different in the OHSAA, but this is just what we saw online. 2 extra players on the field, and the way they work is different than the guys. According to online, you really don't have the midi position. Pretty much every team still has it. It's just more split into attackers and defenders, and that could easily change games as you can send more numbers forward. I believe you can have 7 forward or back at a time.
Yeah, you're going to see difference in the numbers, difference in the sticks, the size of the sticks used. You're not going to see any long sticks, no LSMs for the girls. Again, with the lack of contact, there's no reason to have the longer stick.
No deep pull, so there'd be no role for your son, John Ontko?
No. John Ontko would be, back at goalie or playing some defense with a little short stick.
But Tommy, he'd have a pretty good role for himself. And what I've heard, he's looking impact early and often come Saturday's first game.
Yeah, they were supposed to play. The boys were supposed to play Tuesday against Benedictine. Due to the weather, it got canceled. So Saturday would be the first game against Elyria Catholic. Tommy's a freshman, but he's very excited about getting the first game going. He's played with Phoenix, Hedgie, and Xavier Rodriguez before, so he's excited about that. And anytime you have a goalie like Pete Rose, boy, you're happy to have somebody like that between the pipes.
When you look at the Guardians for baseball, they're known for being a farm system that produces pitchers like clockwork. For Holy Name, it might not be state championships, but gosh darn it, they can produce goalkeepers no matter the sport.
I give a credit to Coach Peppo, Coach Fedor. Over the years, we have had, as you said, we've had some great goalies. Just when you think it's going to be maybe a weakness with a new starter, and next thing you know, by week 4, week 3 or 4, guys are playing lights out, and it's continued since we started our program here, really.
And once again, this program is new, but the boys, it may be a down year, many believe, but Mr. Ontko, you're going to pretty much see every game. What are your 2 cents on it?
Let's not call it a down year, let's call it a young year. We have mostly sophomores and freshmen starting. We have several new players. There's only 1 senior on the varsity team. We have 4 juniors, of which 3 have never played before, but good attitudes, good work ethic. You saw the improvement between the first scrimmage and the second scrimmage, and that's what you're hoping to see here with the Holy Name girls tonight. They had 2 tough scrimmages against 2 quality opponents, and now tonight you want to see them make another step forward, a little step forward again, and keep moving forward and forward. So that way, really, by the end of the year, hopefully we'll be clicking with these girls.
I think the goal this year is just to get a couple wins under your belt. It just kind of like basketball. You start off a game, rough shooting, missing everything, but once you get that 1 shot, you feel confident and finally can feel the groove. A win tonight for Holy Name, that would do more than that. That would be the equivalent of basketball making a half-court shot as your first shot of the game.
I absolutely agree. To come out of this box tonight with a victory, playing well together as a team, would carry a lot of hope for this season for these girls.
And going back to boys lacrosse, I kind of equate this matchup to Holy Name CVCA last year. Both games ended up being really close. The first time, CVCA had a chance to tie it, but I believe it was Gage dropped the ball at the end. The next go-around of things, in the tie game, Gage has the ball and has a buzzer beater to end the season.
And how would you like to be the timekeeper when the referees walk over to confirm, hey, was that in on? Yes, it was. He released it in on time, unfortunately. He did. Great shot. Tip your cap.
And that'd be hard for you to be honest, as that pretty much ended your son's career.
When your son is a senior in high school and you have to be one of the guys that confirms that it was shot in on time, it's a tough one. But you owe it to the CVCA kids who worked hard and made that final play happen, too. It's tough.
We'll leave the Royals in next year as they'll be joining our conference. Let's go to the Black Age at the center. It's time for face-off. It's time for a new beginning. And hopefully for Neighbor Nation, 20th time's the charm as they're looking for win number 1 in girls lacrosse history. It's a cold March night. Where else would you rather be than Medina County, Ohio, for some OHSAA girls lacrosse?
And special thank you to Athletic Director John Bailey we're in Medina Highland and we are in the very warm press box. Thank you, Medina Highland, for the hospitality.
Definitely appreciate that. I'll remember that for Keon Sports Stuff if we get in some more coverage for them. As the face-off will go to the White Hornets, and we are underway in Medina County to begin the new campaign. Excitement is at high as Deming will take it, play it in a shot, and oh my goodness, we start off the season with fireworks. If you're a Medina Highland fan, we have a goal 14 seconds into the season. Celebrate, Hornets, celebrate. We'll play the replay of that. I couldn't see who got the goal in the end, but Mr. Ontko, that's a start and a half.
That is the dream start for Highland. 14 seconds in, you're up 1-0. And if you can win this face-off, now you're feeling really good.
Well, Was not expecting to see a goal that early in the game, but adversity is the war cry of Highland High School. As we go again, we have announced one name in this game so far, as the faceoff goes back to Deming once again. So here come the Hornets on their second attack. Can they make it 2 for 2? That is the answer we're looking for. And it's close. The shot, and they do. Medina Highland is excited right now as we are 30 seconds in, and it's a 2-0 ball game in favor of the Hornets, who in the OHSAA saw this coming. No one in Holy Name, but Medina Highland, they definitely saw it coming.
We had the ball on the ground, failure to pick up the loose ball. Next thing you know, it's 2-0.
First one took 14 seconds, the next one took 16. So maybe they're putting their foot off the gas a little bit. But wow, what a start.
This is the dream start for Highland.
They are buzzing right now. Third face-off, Holy Name. They just need a second of possession. They need something. And the woes continue. Deming, 3 for 3 off the face-off. She has been potent so far, trying to get the yellow ball. Another designation. The ball is yellow for the girls, but for the boys, it is white. Holy Name will get their first touch on the far side. I believe it will go out on that side. I believe the last person to touch it will be maybe Olivia Novotny on that far side. I'll be correct. Here comes Highland once again to make it 3, and the ball will be dropped. Ground ball goes right behind the net, behind the crease, and Highland will get back to work. You're already seeing what you want to see in a girls lacrosse game. High IQ plays, a lot of smart plays being had. There we go. We need a save under our belt, and we finally have it. Mairead Kimbrell in goal gets it.
First possession, nice pass. Nice pass from Mairead.
Ground ball's going to roll back. It's just a nice job launching it behind there by Nora McCarthy. Highland has no pressure to advance the ball. Unlike college, there is no shot clock. They can, if they really wanted to, twiddle their thumbs for the next 10-30, say kumbaya and go into the second quarter up 2-0. But I think they want to make this one as big of a win as they can. But Holy Name, they just want to get things going in the right direction, and that will help. Jamie Ayala picks up the loose ball and will take it cross halfway line before dropping it, and it goes back as Andy Barnett will take it.
I believe that was offsides.
Believe that should be. The way it fell was very awkward for that, so that was intentional. Shout out Jamie for making the heads-up play. If not intentional, still kind of smart. And usually in the boys' game, this is where you'd see a lot of hitting, but based on the physicality of this game, you cannot do so. As a check would be a penalty, as like Jamie Ayala is looking for it.
She got it.
And she got it. There we go. The first penalty of the game, nothing too crazy. Won't send her off the field quite yet. Holy Name looking for their first goal of the new campaign. They'll play it back, bobbled away. Farrell tried to get it. It'll be a loose ball on the ground once again. Nakish going for it, flings it up in the air, rolls around in no man's land. It will stay with Holy Name. I believe another violation against the Hornets. Well, if you're just tuning in, 2-0. Hornets lead. 30 seconds in, 2 goals. Holy Name since then has started to settle down. We're still looking for goal number 1. They need it soon to stay in this game. You really don't want to go halfway through the quarter without scoring at this point. Before it was fine, but at this point, you need to score. Novotny near side, being hit by 2 Hornets. It frees the ball, but scoops up.
Nice scoop by Kristen Maurer.
Near side, you can see the orange captain's armband. That will help. And looking at those juniors and seniors, usually we say it's senior leadership that helps. There's a lot of seniors. You need the juniors as well who have been here for the last 2 seasons. The Hornets, they'll take it up quickly. Schneider flings it right by the goal. Here's an opportunity for the Hornets. They'll take it behind the net and reset. Just waiting for a pass, meeting her right away. For one name is Leah Simon, one of the most experienced players on the team, goes away. I believe Kimbrell got a piece of it and deflected it behind the netting.
That was a nice pass and a nice save.
You got to have a strong goalkeeper to win. I was telling you off air, Mr. Ontko, I believe the number to get is 5 to win this game. So far, Highland has 2, as we are 4 minutes in.
Yeah. Kimbrell with 2 saves, back-to-back saves here. That's good for her confidence right now.
Farrell will take it down the far sideline. No one on those far bleachers. Everyone packing on the home side tonight. Ball will drop. Foul against the Hornets, who have been the more physical team and thus have had more fouls.
Yeah, we got to push.
if you saw in the boys' game and that was called, you'd be scratching your head a little bit in confusion, but for the girls' game, completely normal. But here we go. Maurer takes it to the right side, looking for some help. Run being made. Excellent
Beautiful
pass
to
shot,
Gonzalez.
and it's saved behind. Nice job in net by the goalkeeper to deflect it away. But there you go. That is the pressure you want to see happening. I believe that was Lexi Gonzalez who had the shot.
That was nice ball movement, nice pass, nice shot.
Ball go on the ground. It's a box out. Novotny trying to get to it, but Highland does the job for now as it goes back to the ground. Just a bunch of boxing out. And I believe the official on the near side will give it to Hoyne. So here comes Gonzalez once again on the near side. Will opt to go back. Novotny bobbles it down, but will keep it for the time being. Ground ball nicely dealt with by the Hornets. That was a heads-up play by who else? The Vanessa Deming, who I don't believe has scored, but has set up both goals and has set up yet another opportunity for these buzzing Hornets to score.
Yeah, Deming making her mark 3-0 on the face-offs, 2 assists. She's off to a great start.
Ball will deflect to the left side of the end zone, but still in play. So the Hornets can set up on that far side, take it in. Hornet defense trying to do something, and they cannot prevent it from going in. I believe it is. There we go. Confirmation as Kimbrell, I believe, does dig it out. Maybe it went behind. It looked like the way she initially moved it was a goal. Waiting to see official confirmation. Maybe it was some kind of penalty before it. I believe the whistle blew before the shot.
Yeah, there must have been a penalty because I saw the back of the net pop
That was definitely a
pop
goal.
from the shot, yeah.
Looks like it's a free shot. Let's see. Can Kimbrell hold up on the shot? Here we go. And she can. It
There you
deflects to
go.
the right side of the goal.
There you
That is
go.
a big save to have. Get some confidence on the 1v1 basically.
Yeah.
And she'll be met immediately. No free passes from the Hornets then, and no fly zone for them. And finally, something's called.
Yeah, Mairead with 3 saves in a row now. That's got to feel good.
After the start they had, that's what you need. And that is not what you need as it rolls to the sideline just to keep it in play. Hoyne can in that corner. They'll try to run it up. Need to be careful where the line is, as one misstep could see the ball go back to the Hornets. Dangerous territory to run it across the face of the goal, but it ends up working in the end. That is playing with fire. Spin move far side. Escobar looking for help, and it'll go out of bounds, and will stay with the green wave.
Another push.
Another push. She'll fling the ball away. I believe they're going to get another push before she went out of bounds. As substitutions will be made for the Hornets, we'll see Hickson check in. .425 left to go in quarter number 1. So far, 2-0 Hornet lead. Escobar spinning, plays it on the far side. Farrell looking for help back. Gets it into no man's land. Ayala cannot come down with it as Barnes does a nice job to box out and steal the pass away. So here come the Hornets. Don't have many numbers forward, but have a few, as a foul will help them set up. Now you send your numbers forward and get ready to go. And we'll look like we'll have a technical timeout here as it appears Barnett, after being tripped up, needs a tire shoe, and we're back ready to go. Barnett takes it down the center. She can have a solo run herself, but I believe they're going to get a foul before she took it in. Now Hoyne playing the Hornet style of lacrosse. We go again. She'll take the shot, and she'll find the back of the net. She sees it go in, walks away cold, no celebration. She knows what she's doing, and it's a 3-0 ball game. Annie Barnett got fouled a couple times. She had enough, and Coley slotted it home.
And that was a very nice bounce shot. When you switch levels like that, it's off on the goalie. And the good news for Medina Highland is you have a freshman and a sophomore playing very well to start out for them in this first quarter.
It has been Barnett and Deming who have done the business. It's 3-0 Medina Highland. 3:32 on the clock as some substitutions are being made for Highland. Hoyne seeming to go with the girls they have on the field right now. Some adjustments are being made from the sidelines before we see the face-off. Deming has been potent at the face-off. Can Simon get it for the Green Wave? We go. And once again, the downward cut and swipe in the air works to perfection for Deming, and she'll take it down the right side. Once again, cuts left, bobbles it, but it will stay with the Hornets, who look like another foul will now be having a free chance to run it in. Deming to do so. She's looking for her goal. Cuts right, has an opportunity to launch. Instead, she'll take it behind. And like number 19 Hohen Aim knew pretty well, Andrew Mueller likes to go behind the crease and play from there. And I believe something will be called against the Hornets, as the initial ruling is it goes back to Hohen Aim, and indeed it does. Don't know if you got a clear look at that one, Mr. Ontko, what they called.
I did not.
Hohen Aim dancing on that far sideline, and it'll go down, but a hit before it does, and they'll keep possession.
It's 3-0. You need that next goal. That next goal is very important for the Green Wave to not get down. We've had some nice possessions, gotten off a couple decent shots.
And here's a breakaway chance for the Hornets. Can they make it 4? A bobble prevents it for the time being. They'll steal it right back. Now cut to the near side, looking for that 4th goal with 10 minutes played. Near side, Nakis has it, cuts inside, cuts left, bobbles it down. And the initial ruling from the near official will point to the right, so it should stay with Highland, who has scored off of this situation at least once. More substitutions being made. It also doesn't help at Hohen Aim's substitute bench is looking a little thin. Here we go, a free opportunity. Nakis to take it in against Kimbrell. She saved the last one. Can she hold up again? Play starts, the shot bounces around, a foot save for Kimbrell. Bobbles around, Novotny plays it around, and it will go to Hohen Aim, whose defense once again holds up.
The defense has been playing much better these last few minutes.
Right now it's survive and advance mode for the Green Wave in regards to this game. You don't usually see that quote just for a single game, but that's just how it is right now. You're down 3-0, get the next goal, survive and advance to the next frame.
Yep.
And have time to reset.
Yep. You got 1 minute to go right now. You got to get out of here no worse than 3-0, possibly 3-1. Circle the wagons, take a break, talk to the coaches, figure something out on these face-offs, because the face-offs are hurting.
Gonzalez on the near side, being placed to the center in no man's land once again. Bobbles around. Ayala does a nice job to get it, but bobbles it away again. Ground ball, an extended one. Foot kick will keep it, and an excellent job just to pull away. Substitution being made on the fly. It'll be Hedrick on the near side for the Hornets. She still has it, has Ayala to her left, and now will be greeted by another defender. She takes it to the right corner of the end zone as time will nearly expire. 15 seconds, she'll launch it. Highland setting up for last shot. It's 3-0 as things stand. They look to make it 4. Nice cut, nice move, not looking. Otherwise, that would have probably spelled disaster. Disaster can still strike, and it does not. Kimbrell got a piece of it. Clock hits 0, and so should the horn sound, and it does. And that will take us to the end of the first frame. A tough 12 minutes for the Green Wave, perpetuated by the thought of the first 30 seconds of this contest. It's 3-0 Highland. We'll return in a minute. 12 minutes in the books here in Medina County is the home team up by 3. That doesn't tell the full story. At the 32nd mark, 2-0 Highland. And then Holy Name's defense settled in, allowed another goal. Nice worked goal by Barnett off of an unassisted opportunity. And now we sit 3-0. So far, the scores for the Hornets, Carly Schneider, the first goal, assisted by the ever-potent Deming, who you'll see on the face-off. The other one, unassisted, Talia Hedrick. And then finally, as the one we said before, Barnett. So 2 unassisted and 1 assisted goal so far as yet another face-off win. Deming has been the difference in this game.
And as a 9th grader, that somebody's taken face-offs for 3 more years.
4, basically. This is game number 1.
Yep.
Highland, as they started the first quarter, have another opportunity to add on to the onslaught, and they don't. A save by Kimbrell, she's able to scoop it up. That is another save, as she's settling. Another opportunity. The ball goes free in front of goal. It rolls around. This is an extended ground ball in no man's land, even more than we've priorly said it. And finally, it goes to the Green Wave, whose defense once again holds. It should go to Holy Name. At one point, they did point to Highland, and it looked like that would be the final call. Original point was Holy Name. In the end, it is the Hornets who have another chance to get their 4th. Clock continues to run. We have 11 minutes until the half. Holy Name's adjustments, hopefully we'll see more, but here is a big opportunity for Highland. A one-on-one chance against Kimbrell. Can the Hornets make it a 4-0 ball game? That's the question. Farrell the last to set up for the green and white. Can the white and green of Highland score their 4th? Play resumes, the shot, and right into the stick of Mairead Kimbrell. Stood there, unfazed, took it in, another save.
This next goal is vital.
Make it a 3-1 game going at some point, as that one's blocked. An opportunity almost on an empty net, basically. Foul will be called. Kimbrell almost coughed it up. I believe, looking at the setup, it will stay with Highland. But if you're the Hornets, this is the dream start. Even if you don't score here and make it 4, this is the dream start against a team who, as we said, is ranked right around you.
Yeah, on paper this should be a battle, and Highland has shown so far that they are ready to go.
Sometimes home field advantage is huge as you're more used to the turf. Running around the center, the shot bounces right behind. As Hedrick almost saw her second go in the back of the net, the bounce just moved to the left. As once again, here we go. Looks like we'll have another play start right around the crease. Clock continues to run. Less than 9.5 to go in the first half. 3-0 Highland lead if you're just tuning in. Here we go. Another opportunity. Hedrick to take it. Launches and blocked behind by Kimbrell. Holy Name struggled originally with these kind of shots, but finally we're settling in and we're seeing the ball where it is. You saw in that first save of the sequence of these one-on-one shots of the quarter, Kimbrell didn't have to move. She just stood there, watched the ball into the netting, and got rid of it.
They're shooting it head high or higher right now. And that last one, I like the angle that Highland had for that shot, but again, a little too high over the net.
So now Holy Name, this will be their first official setup of a possession this quarter. They've been waiting for it. Clayton on the near side coughs it up. They'll go to Maurer, who tries to scoop, but the scoop does not stay. Highland thought possession was going to go to Holy Name, and it finally does, but for a brief moment, they thought they had possession.
Yeah.
You played to the whistle, and I appreciate that from Highland. So Maurer takes it from right to left, goes over the halfway line on the pass, but it goes right to Highland and somehow finds Leah Simon, who has had somewhat of a quiet night so far. Holy Name looking to get her more involved, as it looks like she will draw the foul. So that's a big first involvement for the senior, whose family is known for lacrosse, basically.
We got 3 Simons out on the field tonight. It's fantastic.
Ground ball, trying to box it out as Holy Name. Gonzalez doing the business once again, as they'll go to Highland, but she's done an excellent job. Her and Novotny just trying to box out and keep possession amid the minimal physicality you're allowed. Here comes Highland for a chance for the fourth. Cutting right, the shot left, and it finds the back of the net. An excellent work goal from Olivia Hickson to make it a 4-0 ball game, assuming it will stand. It appears that once again it will not. So 2 goals this quarter ruled out, but it will still be a one-on-one chance.
She's got a nice angle straight ahead.
One-on-one chance. Can Olivia Hickson get the goal on the setup? Hands are still raised by the officials. It will drop momentarily.
Look for a lower shot this time.
And right into
and we did not. Once again, stick high again.
Didn't have to move. I sound like a soccer coach. Don't shoot right at the goalkeeper.
Correct.
But here comes Highland. 3-0 lead. Nothing to stress about quite yet. Just looking for a fourth. Just trying to keep the pressure on. Complete run around the goal. Played back. No one seems to know where the ball is. Highland knows. A nice cut into the defense. And an excellent save from Kimbrell. Schneider, the shot went off of her helmet and went behind. But I believe it will stay with the Hornets.
Boy, Schneider's got some quick feet there.
There's a reason she was able to score the first one with ease. It was 1 pass and a goal.
Yep.
Now imagine if you can do that late in the game. That's what this sets up for. Because Highland, they're in no rush. They don't need to be. It appears that one side called timeout.
If I'm Highland, I'm calling timeout and I'm saying to shoot at her feet. You've been putting it right stick high each time. I think you switch over to at the feet again. Some bouncers.
Highland, the most goals they've had in a game in program history was 9 against Lakewood. They're a third of the way there. We'll take a break. 3-0, Highland lead. .6:23 on the clock before the half ends. Your score 3-0 in favor of the home Highland Hornets. If you're just tuning in, I am Nathan Smee alongside me, special guest Mr. Ontko. It's been a tale of, I don't want to say 2 halves of a quarter. I don't want to say it's a tale of 2 quarters. It's a tale of the first 30 seconds and then the next however long after that. First 30 seconds, 2 goals for Highland. Since then, 3, but only 1 is counted.
Yeah.
They're looking for a fourth. A nice solo run, nice shot, but deflects away. And once again, it looks like they're going to call something, maybe a check or a cross. Something along the cross is going to be the call. Not to jinx things, but we might see someone finally go to the box. That hasn't happened quite yet today. So a yellow card is being shown. No, this is not a soccer game, ladies and gentlemen. Clock has stopped. So now the official will go down to the table. So there's plenty of confusion right now of what's going on. Holy Name's getting back on defense, or offense, I should say. The official's giving an explanation. Okay, there we go. We'll have someone finally go to the box. It'll be Annie Barnett for the Hornets. I'm assuming it's going to be a 2-minute releasable. I'm going to assume. I didn't see anything too extracurricular to make it non-releasable. So she'll sit for 2 minutes. If you're holding in, you got to score. This is reminding me of the Olmsted Falls hockey game. It was a 1-0 and 2-0 game when you had power plays. If you convert at that point, it's a completely different game.
Yep. They've let us stick around a little bit here. 3-1. 3-1 feels awfully good because if you make it 3-2, you're in striking distance and you got momentum.
Nice spin on that far side for the first goal, and it goes behind. Nice shot from Lexi Gonzalez, but an even better save from the Hornets.
Nice feet, nice spin from Lexi.
An even better save by Marley Carter, another underclassman. That's a sophomore in that. Here comes Hohenheim once again looking for an opportunity. They're trying to find the first. Once there's one, it pours. It goes to the side. Another miss. Hohenheim trying to get it. With Kanzler behind the net going for it. And it goes to Highland as is retrieved easily by Carly Schneider, who already has a goal to her name. And a couple nice opportunities, and maybe arguably should have a second. But here come the Hornets. You can't tell they're down a player at all. Now it's the 25-yard line, less than 5 minutes remain in this half. Here we go once again. Schneider takes it in, bobbles in front of the goal. It's loose. Ground ball. Hickson bobbles for it. Whistle will blow. And once again, Highland have an opportunity to set up, launch, and fire. You can't let anything in, especially at this point.
Down. All right, up one player. This would be a tough one to give up.
It's going to be played behind. Interesting choice from the Hornets to work from behind the 20-yard line, but nonetheless they do.
I think they're going to kill this penalty is my guess.
Beers plays it in front. Kimbrell got a piece of it. It rolls around. An excellent job by Novotny to most likely prevent a goal. Right place, right time for Hohenheim, and they will appreciate seeing the 3 on the board more than they already did, given some of these shots. Rolls out of bounds, and it will go to Highland, who will work quickly. A lot of sense of urgency despite the score. Hickson taking it to the center, past the 20-yard line, spins
Nice
left,
spin.
cuts it, and over the net.
Again, that high shot.
A lot of contention. I believe that's pretty much the only shot they can get off. You're looking where the netting of the stick is. It's blocking that downward shot. I believe that's the adjustment Hohenheim made from that first quarter. The coach is telling him, put the stick down. Because you see Mairead, when she's able to hold the stick up, things go just fine.
Yep.
But when she has to drop it, that's when the issue is. And you'll see it. They
Yep.
kind of block it to where if the stick goes down, it will be an easily blocked shot. A launches, and it's in. It doesn't matter. Annie Barnett comes back from the box and strikes again for these Hornets. She's had the last 2, and it is now a 4-0 ball game. You'll see it here on the replay. Cuts right, launches, bounce shot. There it is, Mr. Ontko. And it goes into the back of the net with 3:12 on the clock.
Not that I'm a Highland fan, but that's what they need to do. The bouncers are awfully tough as a goalie to try and protect.
So the last time they scored a goal before that was in the first quarter, 3:32. So they played a quarter and 20 seconds without scoring a goal.
Scoreless.
But the way that they have played, it was only a matter of time before they found the back of the net again. And the magic number's 5.
Yep.
They're one
Yep.
goal away
Yep.
from it, and they still have 24 minutes of another half and 3:12 of this one.
Are you still feeling good about 5?
Let me see one from Hohenheim, and I'll get back to you.
Well, that's good news right there. Guess what we just won? A face-off. There we go.
Face-off one. And the boys saw the same issue against Highland. It's odd how poetic it is as the ball will go back to Highland on a high pass.
Yeah.
We had Logan Burden going for those face-offs. The issue was low center of gravity. He didn't have it given his size. But once you put Liam Hackus in there, completely different ball game.
Yeah.
Coach Fedor learned from that from last year, and now you'll see John Fossa going for face-offs.
I think we'll see 3 different guys taking face-offs on Saturday against Elyria Catholic. And I think moving forward, whichever 2 have the most success will probably be the guys that you'll see there in the future.
Speaking of success, it is 5. No, it's not. Nice job by Kimbrell to get a piece of it. She'll trail for it along with a couple other namers. As it finally hits the back netting, his play will stop momentarily. .2:10 on the clock in this half. Hohenheim conceded the 4th a couple seconds ago, courtesy of Annie Barnett, who has 2 so far, as impressed along with Vanessa Deming, whose main calling card today has been the face-offs. But keep in mind, she does have an assist as well. You won't see the faceoffs really on the stat sheet to end the game, but the assist you'll definitely will see. The only assist, I believe, of the game.
Yeah.
As, in my opinion, you credit that as a solo goal for Annie Barnett. Spun inside, did plenty to work it for herself.
Yeah.
And speaking of Barnett, here she goes. Can she get a hat trick in this first half? She wants to take it herself. She knows what's at stake. She goes behind the net looking for more help. Plenty of green in her face, but also some white around.
Nice pass.
Excellent pass, bobbled around.
Great look. Nice pass.
And once again, Olivia Novotny, one of the first namers to greet the ball. It rolls around a nice little box out. Simple move by Amy Escobar, but lets Kimbrell take it in and press down to make sure she avoids the damage as it almost hit off of another Hornet. Escobar takes it down the sideline with a minute on the clock in the first half. Spins. Nice job by Highland to get a piece without committing a foul, but nonetheless it will stay with Hohenheim, who did an excellent job not to be the last to touch it.
Here we go. 50 seconds left in the half.
It's officially crunch time in the first 24 minutes. Escobar just kind of retreating back. Maurer now making a run, going for it. Dangerous pass, but somehow in some way it rolls to the green and white. Clayton making an effort at it. Along there will be call. Whistle will blow. Clock's still running with 30 seconds, and now it's time for desperation for the green and white, just trying to get the ball back on an extended ground ball.
Nice
Farrell
scoop.
picks it up. Maybe too much time drew off the clock. Another foul. If you're Highland, you can just foul this game out.
Yeah. Real nice scoop from Lily Farrell. But yeah, you could foul. That looked like an attempt to foul right there.
And there we go. The first time
There
we're going
we
to
go.
have Highland calling their goalkeeper, Marley Carter. She makes an easy save.
Yeah.
9 seconds on the clock. Depending who gets this one, maybe one last effort for Hohenheim. And if not, you're just going to launch this one.
Yeah. Back to what you said. I think that was an intentional foul with the stick extended.
High IQ
Right.
move.
Yep.
I literally have it in my notes. This version of lacrosse, it takes more IQ than the boys version.
And this is our first opportunity here.
It'd be a
Like
big
to
goal.
see a one hopper here.
Can we score? It's on center.
Ugh.
Shot and it's blocked. An excellent job from Highland to get it in there. Not enough time for another one. They'll scoop it and run out the clock. The horn sounds a second early, but it won't matter nonetheless, as Highland will sprint into the locker room buzzing up 4-0 over the Green Wave. We'll take our break for the half and be back on in a little bit to bring you the final 24 minutes of regulation. back from the half, ladies and gentlemen. 4-0 ball game. 2 of those goals, though, coming in the first 30 seconds. That has been the story of the game as we return to Medina County. I am Nathan Smee. Alongside me, we have Mr. Ontko on the call today. Mr. Ontko, there's been some exciting moments, there's been some defensive moments, and there's been some tough moments.
Yeah, if we could do away with those first 30 seconds, this would be a much more exciting time right now. But we ultimately got to get that first.
They've done it again. Hello, Highland. Welcome back to the score sheet. It is Vanessa Deming finally getting on the board. She has an assist, and now she has a goal. Actually, no.
They are calling another penalty.
Once again, that is a hat trick of goals taken back. She deserves the goal. As much as I want Hornets to win this game, Vanessa Deming deserves a goal. Will she get it? The launch. And it's saved by Kimbrell. She saves the bounce as Hornets once again has Lady Luck on their side. Mr. Ontko, I don't know who they're calling on those.
You know, it's so tough to see the contact from here. So there's been multiple times now where we thought it was goals, but there was a penalty called and a save made.
Another chance for Highland to score, going right in front of the net. Still in a launching position, but it'll just be played behind the net and taken to the near sideline. Highland, they want their 5th goal. They've pretty much earned a couple extra goals that are not on the board.
Yeah, this is a different Highland team. You have a couple players who are a little more experienced, and then you add the freshman in Deming, and this is a different team than last year for them.
And even Marley Carter, you got to give her some credit, the sophomore goalkeeper. When she's been called upon, she has been a brick wall.
She has. And that's tough to do when you get a lot of looks, to be able to step up at the different times with an extended time in between shots. That's tough. You got to stay focused.
And I believe that if this game results in Hornets scoring 0 goals, that would be the first ever clean sheet in Highland girls lacrosse history. A lot of history being made tonight, regardless if it's good or bad for Hornets. One team will make history in some capacity. And another shot, and it's a goal for the Hornets. You couldn't deny him too long for goal number 5. Carly Schneider, a sophomore, finds the back of the net, and there's your magic number 5. The Hornets are buzzing, looking to go above 500 for the first time in program history, and they're oh so close. There's nothing you can say. An excellently worked goal.
Birthday shout out to Mallory Ontko, who turned 18 this past week.
Shout out Mallory. Look at that. Mr. Ontko shouting out his daughter, and deserved. Very well deserved. Happy birthday, Mallory. I believe I told you in person. I don't know if I did. I thought I did. Maybe not. I apologize, Mallory. Happy birthday to you. Just pretend it's a week ago. I'm sure with the weather you wish it was a week ago.
She had a nice birthday dinner at La Dolce Vita in Little Italy, and many more years to come.
Many more years to come. And speaking of more to come, there might be some more goals for the Highland Hornets, but Owen can hold up for the time being. You need one.
And Nathan, the question to you is, on a cold, windy night, wind chill probably around 20, with the wind chill probably 22 degrees, how much warmer is it being up 5-0 versus down 5-0?
Being up 500 feet in this box at least is a lot warmer than either of them. I'll tell you that much, as this box is heated. Very nice.
Again, special thank you to Mount Highland for the hospitality. Athletic Director Butler, thank you so much for allowing us to film from up here.
And we're repaying them pretty well, seeing a very good game from the Hornets nonetheless. And here we go. Honam has a chance to set up for a shot. It's Erin O'Connor who has it on the near side. She'll take a shot. And another save, easily dealt with. When you have a brick wall in net, as the Hornets do, it's pretty hard to score. Bouncing around on the far side is the ball for Honam, as they will take it once again. Time on the clock, 8:30 in Q3.
There's 2
a
pushes.
Behind. There we go. First level blow.
There's 2 pushes.
Depends which one they give. I think Honam rather have the one closer to the net, because I believe you just have that same opportunity that was just given to Erin O'Connor, just on the flip side.
And I think Jamie Ayala gets us in the books right here.
And Jamie Ayala has had a very good game. Credit to her. Unsung, but but still an excellent game. Can Jamie Ayala score the first goal of the 2024 OHSAA regular season for the Green Waves? Survey says yes, she can.
There you go.
Jamie Ayala finds
there
the
you go,
back
Jamie.
of the net. It's about time Namer Nation has
there
a
you
goal,
go.
and that spoils any chance of a clean sheet for the Hornets. It's game on, ladies and gentlemen. Jamie Ayala has done the business.
Great shot, Jamie. Good speed. Nice shot.
Mark that one in the books. Unassisted. A lot of unassisted, but it's 5-1. It's a 4-goal ball game. It's still a chance.
Yep. And we now have Kristen Maurer again taking the face-off here. Face-off win. Somewhat quick goal, 5-2. You start to feel a little bit better about yourself.
A comeback would be huge. I think just for confidence alone. Ball flipped in the air. They've tried that move all day, and it works again just because of miscommunication, not the technicalities of it. Here come the Hornets working quick. They want to make up that goal, and they do. What an excellently worked goal from the Hornets. They say, Hornet, we can do that too. And they find the back of the net and make it 6-1. It's been dangerous, and there you go. You see the number. I said a minute ago, Mr. Ontko, I don't care. We're supposed to be a whole name broadcast. I want to see Vanessa Deming find the back of the net, and there she is.
She's earned it.
Oh, yeah, 100%. 12 seconds between goals. She now has a goal and an assist to her name, and well on her way to player of the game honors.
She's won probably about 5 face-offs, maybe 5 or 6 face-offs, maybe 6.
She has won pretty much every single one except one. Make it 2. 1.5. It will go to Highland after rolling around. Don't really know if you credit that one to anyone.
That's a push. That's the definition of a push right there.
Definition of a push. So H&M gets it back down by 5. Once again, the goal to get to is 10 goals for Highland. And if they get to that mark, that'll be the most goals they've ever scored in a game. H&M, a lot more to get to their record, which is 6 against Lakewood in a 12-6 loss. As of right now, this 5-goal game would be the closest game they've played in. You got to take the little victories in games like this. We've seen our fair share of blowouts, no matter the sport that we've covered. We saw the girls' basketball game at Marlington, 63-19. The Canfield game for football earlier this year, Garfield Heights basketball. Going back to last year's campaign, baseball against Lakewood. Trying to think of some other games that just got out of hand. But there were things to take away from each of those games. This one a lot closer than those, but you just got to learn from your mistakes. My kind of mantra with it is, it's not a mistake if you learn from it. That's just a lesson.
And it's only one loss. It's not the end of a season. It's one loss. Doesn't matter what the score is. It's one loss. And like you said, what are you going to do with it afterwards? What did you learn from it? What are you going to grow on? It's one loss, and that's okay. There's no season that is 1 or 2 games long. They're at least 10 to 27 games. You get one as long as you grow from it.
An opportunity. It's wide open net, but a bobble prevents a shot for the time being. And now Namers fall on top of each other. Maybe a foul against and depending.
No, that one's got to be on Highland because I saw the girl from Highland trying to help Lexi up, which was very nice of her to do. But no, you're right.
It was just the reason I said that initially was seeing Lexi fall. And that would be an indication of her just kind of just a last-ditch kind of shoved effort. That is what I took away from it.
Another.
Does either side know if it's a foul or not? On who?
It was on them. And I believe we have Jamie Ayala with the ball, who has been the offensive spark plug for us.
I also give credit to Olivia Novotny, who's also played a nice game. It's simple things. The boxing out has been big. I've seen it in soccer. It's just simple things. The goalkeeper going for the ball, a simple box out saved a game this past weekend. Yeah. It's the little things on film that these coaches will point out. Obviously, they'll show this film. They'll say, Jamie, excellent goal. You did your job in the one-on-one attempt. They'll also watch film and be like, okay, Olivia, excellent job boxing out.
Yeah, and a few more picks would have really opened up some nicer opportunities on offense for us.
There's a lot that can be changed with hindsight, as it is 2020. But with 5 minutes left to go in the third, H&M trying to shore up their defense, down by 5. As of right now, this will be the least amount of goals that they have lost by in a game. And like I said, any victory is a victory. Same thing with hockey. You saw Coach Ian ecstatic after scoring that first goal against University School, who ended up making the state finals.
Yep. And good news for hockey, they have 13, as of last count, 13 hockey recruits coming in. Great job by coaching staff to really rebuild Holy Name hockey. Still got a ways to go, but we're on the right track.
And speaking of hockey, program in need, North Olmsted, best wishes to you guys. The vote was last night. I did not see the result of it. Hopefully you guys will be able to field the team again next year. If not, then that community, they deserve a team. North Olmsted, a very good community. As you know, I do my articles with Keon Sports. That is the hometown of Keon Sports. So you got to have a special place in my heart for the Eagles, even though they are a GLC opponent. You never want to see a team's program end. It's just heartbreaking to see. Yeah. We saw it 2 years ago. Now Hoyne looking for a goal to make it 6-2.
Nice passing, nice teamwork.
O'Connor takes it, plays it to the far side. Another thing I'm failed to mention so far, though, spacing. You have so much room. If you can space well, like basketball, you can find your open shots. That's what you need to do. And once again, Novotny boxing out, plays it behind, and scoops it up. Another play that will not be in the stat book, but needs to be talked about as an excellent play for the senior. And she still will run with it on a solo run, loses it for a second, and it goes away. She's just being hit a couple times, nothing called. Now here come the Hornets buzzing down to the other side with a breakaway chance. Less than 3 to go. Substitution in the offing for them. Played up, nice pass, and it appears play will stop. So now here will come the substitution on the near sideline. It'll be Kavaris checking in, another freshman, and that will see McCarthy check out. And once again, it's a goal amid the substitution for the Hornets to make it 7-1. Didn't see who scored the goal, but nonetheless, it is now a 6-goal game. Just an excellent job all the way around. This one will stay on the board. Goal be given to Addie Beers of the Hornets. Makes it now 7-1.
Kristen Maurer re-enters the game, with Jamie Ayala taking a break.
Got to be able to rotate your players. And then going into this weekend, we have one more broadcast this week. It'll be at 11 a.m. on Saturday morning as Holy Name takes on GLC rivals and arguably one of their biggest rivals outside of Padua in Elyria Catholic. Those two teams have had great battles over the years. The most recent one being the 70-69 game where Max Boland put the game on ice with 20 seconds left to go on the left side basket. Those two schools, it's a love-hate relationship. Mutual respect, but on the field, to quote Damian Webb at Padua, oh, we hate those guys.
Well, we add another sport to the mix here. Lacrosse starts on Saturday.
We're going to see a couple new rivalries renewed. Another one May 2nd for Holy Name Baseball take on the Longhorns of Lutheran West, a new budding rivalry in the OHSAA. A little bit of a trip up. It appears they'll give Highland a very good look for another goal, as they are really nearing that tally of double digits, which would get them to the most goals ever in a game for them in their history. Every victory is a victory. We said that.
Yep. Enjoy every single victory you ever get, because you never know when the next one's coming.
It doesn't matter if it's one in the win column or if it's just a record.
If there was a scoreboard, enjoy it.
2 minutes on the clock to get to the 8 number. The shot goes into the netting of Kimbrell Stick. Another nice save. She's had an excellent game despite the score. With the defense being there, you only can take as much as you can get.
Amy Escobar
made his stick fall as well. Loses the ball trying to spin. Allen in the right place to get it back. Some cheering on their sidelines. A nice job just to reset and play it back. High pass, but nicely dealt with by Hendrick the best she could. Gets it to roll pass, and now here come the Hornets as she was able to beat Clayton. And will now go behind the net looking for help. Has it on that far side. Goes around herself. Almost a solo goal of dreams, but a save by Kimbrell spoils it. We'll go into the net with 1:13 on the clock. 7-1 game. The Hornets still on top. Can they make it 8? They want that 8th goal. They feel they deserve it. And it once again will go behind. Kimbrell will chase it along with 2 namers, but it will stay with the Hornets. 55 seconds now on the clock and counting. Once again, set up behind the net.
Nice
Right in front of it.
pass. Nice pass.
And there it is. Goal number 8 for the Hornets as they are nearing history. One more goal will tie the most they've scored in a contest, 2 to beat the record. We promised you history, ladies and gentlemen. I wasn't lying for views. Not at all. It's the truth. We are 1 goal away from history.
I wasn't sure they would have 8 goals combined today with the weather. And sure enough, here we are sitting at 8-1 with 45 seconds to go in the third period.
Did not see who had that goal for the Hornets. I don't think anyone on that field cares who had the goal. They just care it's up there. They want that history. Don't know if they have the knowledge of the history, though.
Yeah, that was a nice assist from the X position there.
And games like this are big for the sport of lacrosse. You see the joy on that field, and a lot of these players will then tell their friends, look what happened yesterday, come join us. And next year, that's when you get more and more players to join the program. Look at Holy Name. Their JV team is basically all new players because why? Their friends are on the team.
Yeah. And when you look at girls wrestling and girls lacrosse, it's very exciting to think about where these sports are going to be 5-10 years from now. Girls finally have the opportunities, right, that guys have had for years, and to see the progress that's going to be made and to see the final product, 10, 15, 20 years down the road is going to be pretty good.
And that's a big credit as well to the athletic directors of the OHSA, especially our athletic director, Mr. Kozub, who in his tenure has overseen the development of 4 or 5 new programs at least. This is for history for the 9th goal. And it goes behind a save by Kimbrell. So the party will have to wait for the time being. But a party is still going on nonetheless as they're up by 7.
Well, you look what Mr. Kozub did with creating the girls' tennis team. Great girls, great students, positive attitude, gotten better and better. They've had college scholarships. It's really a feel-good story, and it doesn't happen without an athletic director who's willing to start a new sport, which is not easy to do.
You read my mind. That was exactly what I was going to when I mentioned that. We can go at the break in 7 seconds to discuss the rest of those sports. There's plenty that we can discuss, especially one that will be new next year. It looks like both teams are content with going into the break. One last chance. Nonetheless, it rolls around waiting for the horn.
That is the horn.
A foul called. The clock still reads 0.
The clock read 0 for about 4 seconds.
And there we go. End of the 3rd quarter. It's exciting times for the Medina Highland Hornets as they lead 8-1 over the Green Wave. 12 minutes left to go in regulation. Medina Highland well on their way to making history. Just to know what's at stake. The most goals they scored in a game so far in their 11-game history, now 12. 9. That was against Lakewood, who ironically, Holy Name's record of 6 goals was against last year as well. So 1 goal away from that. 2 then to beat it. As well, Highland is 12 minutes away from having their first above 500 record at any point in their program. Another big victory for them. And finally, with a win, you're halfway to your win total from last year.
Yeah, you're one game into the season to start out with a possible win. That's really going to build some momentum. Excitement makes practice go a little more spirited.
It's hard to tell the team was 2-8-1 last year. This Highland team is something special about Highland lacrosse. I don't know what it is. Don't know what's in the water.
They do have a nice freshman class here.
Definitely.
For girls lacrosse.
And looking at our top 2 players of the game, you'll have a sophomore get player of the game, but also a freshman be a close second for the Hornets.
Yep.
The third will still be up for debate. I'm still trying to get this game back closer. Call has it on the far side being pushed away, and a push being called on that far side as we are 30 seconds into the final frame. Once again, 2 goals get you history, and if you're Highland, that's what you want.
If you're Holy Name, you're going to try to win the quarter. Try to win the quarter.
And it's a chance to start by winning the quarter. It bounces around, but no good.
If you win this quarter 1-0, 2-0, maybe got a little bit of energy toward next game against Homestead Falls.
Bounce around and violation called. So Holy Name will have a chance to set up once again. This is something you don't see in the boys' game, though. You don't see a lot of these calls.
Correct.
It's just a flag. You don't really stop play unless it's an offensive foul, and I do like that because if you play this with the boys' rules minus the hitting of just kind of letting the play run, I think this is a 5-0 ball game.
Yeah. And Z-Call's got some distance, but she closed it pretty quick.
Another excellent stop by the Hornet defense, who's done an excellent job to swarm whoever has the ball for the Green Wave. And that has been a big difference maker in this game. As well, difference makers. Carly Schneider has a hat trick for the Hornets, and as well an excellent showing off of the ball even from Vanessa Deming, the freshman. This is 4-9. Play will stop momentarily, but it looked like Highland will have a chance to set things up. If I stand correctly, it looks like it'll be Holy Name ball. Hard to see the calls from up here. There we go. It will eventually go back to Highland on the high throw.
I'm going to guess the call was illegal pick on that last one.
Most likely. Still shout out to a couple of Holy Name players I've seen in the stands tonight for lacrosse. I believe I saw Peter Rose walking around, so hopefully he's still here. I assume he is.
And new addition to the boys team, Casey Estep.
Saw him as well.
He's been a nice addition at Midi. He's picked things up fairly quickly. He's an athlete who's coachable, and I look for Casey Estep to get a little bit better as the year goes on. Good for him coming out.
LB1. So look at being that role next year for the football team. Mr. Ontko, I'm sure you've heard some things and seen preliminary schedules. What's your thoughts?
You know, it is all going to depend upon the weightlifting in this offseason. There's guys in the weight room. There's guys working hard. You put the effort in, then the summer comes, and you continue to work hard in whatever your part-time job is or full-time job is. So they have some youth. I expect a lot of juniors to start. I don't know how many sophomores will contribute, but I think you'll see a lot of juniors and seniors contributing, and that weight room's going to play a big. Now, I have heard we have a good freshman football class coming in, but again, that's a 3-year difference in age. That's going to be tough to help fill in some of the holes.
Well, with our stoppage, the shot went in, but will not count. So Holy will start with it once again. Highland's still looking to tie the record for most goals in a game with 9. And it would be against another GLC opponent. Lakewood, the first time. This time, it'll be Holy Name. Bounce around, another foul called. I think a victory for Holy Name right now. I don't know if you agree with me on this one, Mr. Ontko. Another goal.
I completely agree. It's been a little while. To get another goal here, again, to work on something, and nice shot too.
And now has officially been a full 12 minutes since that last goal came at 7:58 left to go in Q3. rule behind, and Highland will have a chance now to take it from one end zone to the 5-yard line on the other side of the field to try to score. Highland, assuming the result holds, will improve to 1-0 on the new season and will look to continue that momentum down as they now play in Region 5 for the record tide. And it appears it will have deflected to the side. Definitely close. Can't see from over here. Clock continues to run, so it will not be a goal. And if it was, then we'll see a lot of clock added back on. And here's some faint whistle. I think they're going to discuss something. Now here we go on the far side, ready to go. So Holy Name has it now on the far side. A lot of confusion. Their official on the far side looked like he was blowing his whistle, like play should be resumed.
Maurer with space. Maurer with space.
Cannot find the back of the net. Another nice defensive stop from the Hornets. I've used the swarming analogy many times. Ironic for a Hornet, but that's what it felt like. Just swarming to one specific area and playing defense. A nice shot, but Kimbrell once again spoils the moment of trying to find goal number 9.
And Z Call with the wheels too, hustling downfield. I like what seeing out of here. Fourth quarter, down 7, but still hustling, still playing the game like you're supposed to.
Cross, I believe that will be from Highland. They'll make some substitutions.
Amy Esbar getting whacked in the hand.
She's been whacked a couple times, but she stood in there. She dealt with it, and has gone on.
And get that yellow card out. We're going to see a yellow card? Yes, we are.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is history of Holy Name Broadcasting. The first time we've seen 2 yellow cards in a game of any sport. I believe the prior record, a couple for soccer, but the weirdest one, Mr. Ontko, was volleyball.
And I don't remember the yellow card in volleyball.
It was a random game. Official put out a yellow card. We were all very confused. We all wanted explanations. Did we get explanations? No.
I do not recall a yellow card in volleyball.
I do remember Mr. Lanza yelling. Shout out to Mr. Lanza. But I do remember him yelling vividly.
Yeah, shout out to Mr. Lanza. He and his wife with a beautiful, beautiful baby girl, Sophia. She's been up at school a couple of times now. Just a beautiful little baby girl. She's about 4 months old now. Doing great.
Here's a chance for 9 right in front of the goal. And now play will stop once again. Just as the excitement goes to its climax, it goes crashing back down to earth. To use English terms, maybe you can call it an anticlimax. That is definitely not the right vocabulary word at all. Did I do well in the first round of that test in Miss White's class? No, I did not. The second go around, I did very well. 81 out of 82. Thank you very much. So now here it is. A one-on-one chance for goal number 9. We've been saying it for a while. Highland, they want to get to that number and want to have an extra thing to celebrate. It's 8-1 at the time being. Can Kimbrell, once again, she's done so excellently tonight, spoil the moment. She can once again. It bobbles back. The danger not dispelled quite yet, and now it finally is. Mairead Kimbrell, call her a spoiler, as she is potentially ruining this chance for Highland to tie the most goals they've had in the game. If they don't get to that 9th goal, she will be the villain of Highland. Ball played up. Now can Holy Name counter and get something going on the other end of things. Ayala, near side, takes it past, bounces it down to the ground, loses it. It rolls out of play. Highland's player just holds up the stick, and it will go the opposite direction. But once again, Mairead Kimbrell in goal, just standing in there. Highland wants that moment. She's just saying, not quite yet. You have to earn it more. You're going to try to earn it once again, taking it up, and there goes a couple players to the ground. And preliminarily, they're pointing towards Holy Name side that they'll have possession. I don't know if they're calling, but my best equivalent of that is a charge. It looked like whoever it was for Holy Name tried getting set. One player fell, and then she did.
Yeah.
And speaking of falling, Maurer goes to the ground, gets right back up, draws the foul. That's all you can ask her to do. Once again, unsung things that you do not see on the stat sheet. I feel like you can say that about half this team. Fouls it around, flies it up in the air, an excellent rip away from the Hornets. Who else to do it for them but their budding star in Deming? Takes it down the near side. Can she add on to already an impressive day? Cuts in to tie the record, bobbles it around, so we'll have to wait one more moment. Here's the shot incoming, and there it is. It appears it will stand, and it does. There is the horn in celebration. For the second time in Highland girls lacrosse history, they have reached the 9-goal mark, both times against GLC opponents. Congrats, Highland. You are now 1 goal away from breaking double digits for the first time in program history.
And that's the lefty Schneider again, I believe.
With 3:12 on the clock, so a little bit of a gap between those goals. But Schneider, an excellent game. It was either her or Deming who had the goal. But 9-1, they want that one. They want the 10th now. If they get it, shout out to them. Going from averaging 4.5 goals a game to now doubling that this year and having a goal difference of negative 9.18 on average per game. That is a big improvement from last year. Yeah. It's the small victories, but tonight is a big victory, especially if you get goal number 10. It'll be a historic and famous Highland win.
You got to tip your cap to Highland tonight. They came to play. They had some nice passing. They had some good goalkeeping. A little bit tougher defense at times. Well done. Well done.
Deming behind the net. There's 180 seconds on the clock to get to the 10th. Deming the shot, and Deming the goal! There it is for the first time in Highland girls lacrosse history. They have eclipsed the 10-goal mark, and now lead by 9. It's a historic night for the Hornets. They can buzz on into Thursday afternoon with this win held high in esteem among members of Highland High School and the greater community of Medina County. Congrats to this team. They have fought for that goal, and they deserve it, and no one else deserves it more, in my opinion, than Vanessa Deming.
She has been a difference maker tonight. The freshman has come to play, and she's shared the ball. She's had good shots. She's won face-offs. She's had an all-around solid game.
But beating that mark is awesome. So now here we go. 2:30. Can they add on to the record? Nice use of the foot will go to Holy Name. However, it was a nice idea from Hedrick. Couldn't get something going. For Holy Name to get a goal, Ayala was hit on the shot, so she should have a gift-wrapped opportunity to score.
I believe so.
She has one. Can she get a second, as she'll have, it looks like, a head-on opportunity?
Looks like she got whacked in the head, and she is mad as a hornet about it. And I'm looking for her to put it in low and get us the second goal of the game.
Second goal of the season.
Under 2 minutes to go.
It's a small victory, but we said it. A victory in this quarter would be to get one more on the score sheet. Ayala will line up at the 20-yard line. 15 yards to go to the back of the net. Opts to play
nice pass.
And just bobble. The pass
nice
was where
pass.
it wanted to be, but could not find the back of the net. Now a foul called, and the initial call points in Highland's direction.
Nice pass. Great idea.
Unfortunately, in lacrosse, it takes a superb handler of the net to get perfect passes. And unfortunately, can you really teach it is the question. I'm going to say no.
Yeah.
As crazy as that sounds, no, you cannot teach that. You have to have that skill already.
That hand-eye coordination.
I see it in the locker room. John Fossa, he'll just launch the ball. Just goes back and forth against the backboard. Just going boom, boom.
Wow.
Hand-eye coordination. For 11, it's a wide open chance. The shot and the goal for the Hornets. Sound that buzzer once again as they now have 11 goals. 2 goals more than they scored against Lakewood. It was a party already, Mr. Ontko. Let's add on to that party a little bit more. If you're a Hornets fan, this will be their first ever double-digit victory. Drink it in, Medina Highland fans. You have earned this one.
And enjoy the running clock, Medina Highland. When you get to the running clock, it feels awfully good.
In the words of the song Sunday's Best, feeling good, like I should. The most overplayed song on Good Morning Football on game days.
never thought we'd see 12 goals scored today.
Not at all.
With the cold, with the wind, you had called winner gets 5. I didn't even know if they would get to 5. I thought maybe it could be 4-2, right? 4-3.
But you remember last year's game against Highland, 6-4, minute and a half on the clock. It was similar conditions. We thought maybe Hohenheim scores one more. Logan unfortunately got in his head, just kind of acted out. He was gone the rest of the game. Hohenheim couldn't score because of that.
Yeah.
And once again, Highland will take another victory over Hohenheim. So in lacrosse, the boys did it last year. This year, it's the girls' turn to say, hey, we can do it just as well as you guys can. Another shot to add insult to injury. That's another goal for the Hornets. It's Groundhog Day. It reminds me of the first 30 seconds as they find the back of the net one more time. Olivia Hickson. But it appears it will be a foul before it. There's 6 seconds on the clock. They're going to stop. Is it one last chance for Hickson? And it appears to be. Winding of the arm. Points to the clock. We go. And
Ball game.
all game. That will do it from Medina Highland High School. For the first time in Highland girls lacrosse history, they are above 500. For the first time in Highland girls lacrosse history, they have won by double digits. And for the first time in Medina Highland girls lacrosse history, they have scored double-figure goals, 11 tonight, 2 above the record set against Lakewood. Congrats to the Lady Hornets. They have earned this one bounds more than expected.
Absolutely. They came ready to play, played well as a team. Best wishes for the rest of the season. Thank you for the hospitality, allowing us in the press box tonight to cover the game. And, we look for the Green Wave to make some improvements. And there's, fixable things here to improve upon for the next few games. And if you just get a little bit better and a little bit better, it's not your first game in lacrosse, it's your last game in lacrosse, and that's what we got to shoot for.
I've done this twice before, and once again, for the third time in about 45 articles, your players of the game brought to you by Keon Sports. You got to give it to Vanessa Deming, who started the game, and then Carly Schneider, who kept punishing the Green Wave. Both of them deserve the honors. I can't decide between them. Both of them underclassmen. They deserve the award, and we're going to give it to them. Hopefully, we'll be able to hear from them post-game. You'll see those interviews over on my Instagram and Twitter accounts, Smee Sports. To stay updated on all Hohenheim games, follow Hohenheim Broadcasting on Instagram and Twitter. To stay updated on all Hohenheim Sports, follow Hohenheim Athletics on Instagram and Twitter. And finally, subscribe here to Hohenheim Athletics YouTube and put on push notifications to be notified when we go live. But with that, Medina Highland wins it 11-1. Thank you for spending your Wednesday evening with us on a chilly one. Have a good night, everyone, and go Namers. And before we go, shout out Mr. Ontko for joining us. Hopefully this is not the last time we have you alongside us.
As always, thank you so much for the invite. Appreciate that you think of me. I love being a part of it. And thanks for all the games that you and your father and your family has covered for Hohenheim over the years.
Thank you, Mr. Ontko. That's a great note to end it on. Highland wins by double figures. Have a good night, everyone.